Oh my God, I think it's live. Guys, if you can see me, it's unbelievable because it took me so much effort. I will tell you now, 1 second. Please let me know if you can hear me and see me well. Fantastic, great. Awesome. Thank you so much for waiting, and I'm sorry it was a trouble, technical issues. And here I would like to present my friend's cat because I'm currently using their house because there is no electricity in my house, and my friends have generator. When I came here, there was no electricity, and there was no one in the house. So I was actually worried how I would do that, but they came just 15 minutes before and kindly turned generator on. So thank you so much. I can see the all familiar names, and I'm very happy to be here with you. Thank you for joining me. What to start with? So as you know, today was mass missile attack, and our air defense system successfully worked really well. And it was reported that, well, if you don't know, or for who don't know, I am in Kyiv currently. And yeah, today actually I was at home. I didn't go to work, and I woke up from explosions. And it reminded me after 24th of February how I woke up at 4:30 in the morning when the war just started. But it's not about that today. Today, of course, I will be happy to answer all of your questions. And if you give me a moment. All right, that's amazing to see. Hello, US, Germany, Australia, Greece, UK, everyone. Lithuania, awesome. With cat, even better. Well, for those who are following me on Twitter, you probably recognize this cat. This cat's name, it's actually lying on my lap, and when it's just lying, you cannot move to bother its peace, right? For those who recognize the cat, or for those who don't, this cat's name is Raisin, and actually my friends Harry from Ukraine Aid Ops, the organization I volunteer for as well, on the not last but pre-last, I think, or a few deliveries before, when they were in Izium, they found this cat, and it was very weak and not quite healthy, so they picked it up and brought to Kyiv, to the house, and that's why the name comes from. So Izium, it's the city's name, and in English it's Raisin, and I believe in Estonian it's Rosin. So that is the story. Yes, it's Rosin, right, correct. South Africa. Heroям slava, that's such a pleasure. France, Canada, all our friends. Hello from UK. And good evening. Good evening to those who have evening, guys. Yeah, so let me, guys, if you have any question, I will be happy to answer. But we agreed before on Twitter for those who couldn't join today's live stream. I will read their questions first, if you don't mind, and reply to them. And actually, meanwhile, I will try to answer yours as well. Okay, wait. If I don't see your after the if I don't see your question, and please write again, okay? And the counteroffense towards the Melitopol. I don't know that, and if I knew, I wouldn't be able to answer these questions, unfortunately, because as I mentioned before, due to my work, I cannot answer certain questions. So I hope you understand. Yes, Chris, serious multitasking going on. I agree. So I will start from the question that people left in Twitter. So the first goes for Smelafella. When this war ends and Ukraine is victorious, there will almost certainly be a war memorial built to rebuild and honor the nation's sacrifice. What do you feel would be important to see in on such a memorial on this conflict? Would we see its design? Yes, of course. Actually, I think that some memorials already appearing in Ukraine, in Kyiv, and of course, I mean, what I can feel about it. Of course, I will be very proud. I will be very happy to see that. There will be places where people can go and recall all the basically what was happening during all this war time. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that there will be a lot of memorials in different cities, in small towns, in villages, because unfortunately there are a lot of places where Russians left their presence, let's say. So yeah, there will be memorials to big liberation dates. There will be memorials to soldiers, of course. There will be memorials for battles, as you remember, and I remember just now. Recalled the battle in 2014. It was the battle for Donetsk airport. A big battle, a hard one, and there are a lot of hard ones now that are going on and probably will be in the future. So yeah, I think this is amazing, great idea, and that's how it should be, of course. Louis X. How do average Ukrainians feel about China's indifference on the war? How do you think this affects your future relations with them? Kuleba, is Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ukraine, said that he has the utmost respect for China and hopes that they will use their influence to persuade Russia to end the war. Thing about Ukrainian people do not know much about that region. Yes, of course, Kuleba, as a representative of diplomacy, as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, of course, he says that, and we still have hope that China will be more involved, at least on the political, if not on the military level, at least on the political level, to support Ukrainian initiatives, or at least, if not support, not to go against us, right? So since I'm more familiar with China, and I've done research on that, I would say that, of course, well, knowing if you know Chinese politics and basically their policies, it would make sense, let's say, why they behave like as they do now. But again, after Ukraine's victory, there will be a lot of space for the investments as well. And of course, I'm pretty sure that a lot of Chinese companies will use the opportunity to come to the Ukrainian market and to help with rebuilding. And I don't see why we can be, or Ukraine as a state can be against it. Of course, there are some situations that happened before connected to the big military enterprises, as Motor Siege, and Chinese companies were involved there as well. I'm not going to go into that very deep, but yeah. So speaking about the average Ukrainian, I think average Ukrainian feels like, you know, doesn't really think about China much. Yeah, so I hope I replied your question. Let me go through your wonderful messages. 1 second. Yes, the war started in 2014. Actually, yes, that is correct, and the full scale invasion started on 24th of February this year. Oregon, US, very nice. UK, counter-offense, that's one I saw. Okay, I will let me read first some questions from Twitter, and then I will go back to you guys. Greetings from Estonia. Special love to Estonia. 1 sec. Why I read so slow, because I didn't put on my glasses, and I mean, I read fine, but I just don't want to be like this, like looking for that. Here from Mastodon. Very nice. I do have a link as well. Unfortunately, I cannot devote that much time like separately to Mastodon, simply because I just do not have time. So yeah, as you could notice, it's just I know that some of people from Twitter, they left Mastodon, so I'm trying just to keep you guys informed as much as I can. So mostly my tweets posts on Mastodon are the same or very similar to what I have on Twitter. How are you going to get back all the children that the Russians relocated? Ukraine is working on that. And I read, I think it was in the beginning of this week or last week, that the new like group of children were returned. Yeah, I don't know much about the programs, how they are going, or what has been done, like exactly. But yes, I'm pretty sure government is working on that. Okay, let's go next. Jonathan is asking, do your troops have enough winter gear? What can the average American do for the cause? Winter gear. So on the state level, ministries of defense of different countries, of course, they gave in the framework of military technical assistance, they provided Ukraine winter gear, and that could sound pretty much that we are fine with that, but I want to remind that winter gear is something that is consumable, I think, right? This is the right word. And especially in winter, especially in the areas where the heavy battles are going. So it's not like you get one winter set and then you don't need it anymore, right? Also, I would like to remind that our army now, including, where you go? Okay, you're not going anywhere. Including territorial defense, it's almost 1 million people. So yeah, through organizations, through charity foundations, it is still good that foundations, organizations, NGOs who run these campaigns for winter gear. And if you see, of course, please, if you have opportunity, donate or send if you know who to send, because this is something that is very needed. And regarding the second question is, what can average American do for the cause, or average European citizen or any other country's citizen? There are a lot of, and actually I think, let me check. There was one question, I just want to combine. There was a question about the where to allocate funds, or how to find alleged people, and yeah, this is something that of course I can answer. There are a lot of foundations, like state foundations, right? That, for example, from National Bank of Ukraine, there is an account for the needs of armed forces of Ukraine. There is a presidential initiative, United 24, as well as many other state initiatives, like President's wife, First Lady. She has also her foundation. And there are also, so you can either donate there, or there are also many small NGOs or charity funds that work directly with units. And as an example, and I've been volunteering for an organization called Ukraine Aid Operations, and I've been with them to multiple deliveries, and I help them on the ground. I help them with fundraise. They are running amazing auctions and fundraise campaigns, and guys actually go to the front and zero lines and deliver gear and supplies directly to the soldiers. So yeah, that is a lot of ways to help. And thank you so much. I know, like, I cannot be more grateful to you for help, for all the help that you are providing to Ukraine, for all the support, and as well as I know I have many friends here who support Ukrainian aid ops and my fundraise when I do for them. So thank you so much, guys. You are amazing. Excuse me. Patrick, personally, I prefer one monument Putins had in the center of Bankova Street. I don't. I mean, I don't think that Bankova Street would look nice with that, though. But I've got the idea. How is the situation with energy? This is more like a statement. Never before another country inspired me like Ukraine. Well, thank you so much for your kind words, Scott. And I think, with all support that we are getting from our foreign friends, I think this keeps all of us. I don't know, we just keep going. And well, yeah, we kind of don't have other choice, but still, thank you so much for your kind words. Yes, Chris, Ukrainian dubs are brilliant. They are. All right, let me go back to questions here. Mary Beth asking, when you are at work doing your hilarious air raid clips, do you eventually go to a shelter? Do you live in an apartment or a house? I have followed you on Twitter for a long time and noticed you wear the same ring on different fingers. Is that ring significant to you? So I live in an apartment. It's just a residential area, so I live in apartment, and I live on the 10th floor. And sometimes it's just a little bit. I mean, 10th floor is fine. It's not like 20s, but still, when you're going back home from office and then you just decided you want to get some food, and this rule, right? Never go shopping when you're hungry, because you just want to get, well, especially people who know me, that I always eat or drink coffee. So normally my bags of groceries are pretty heavy. So I enjoy, doing some extra physical exercises and just going on the 10th floor. Since unfortunately I cannot go to gym as many times per week as I would like to. So normally I just go on weekend. So this is a nice exercise. When you're air raid clips, you eventually go to the shelter. Now, not really. And of course, when boss tells us to go to the shelter, we do go. We have a basement, and we do go to the shelter. But normally, it's either we just walk away on the more or less safe distance, because we work in the, like, I think it counts as a critical infrastructure building or something else building. But so normally we do, but sometimes more often I just have so much work to do, and everything is urgent. Everything is needed to be done. I mean, our management, of course, is not encourage us staying. Obviously, safety first, but often I just stay in the office. Or, well, the thing is, we monitor situation as well, so it's kind of not even not even always necessary to go to the shelter, because when we get messages that is gonna be mass missile strike, right? Of course, we pay attention to that. But if it is just strategic aviation training and planes or jets take off the ground somewhere in Belarus territory or in the Black Sea, and there is no missiles being launched, right, or no drones are flying in our direction, so we don't. But it's not right, probably, according to the I have a feeling that I sound like just a steel worker. Someone called me the other day steel worker, right? From where it was, I don't remember. Pittsburgh, right? Anyway, about ring. No, I wear these rings always. Well, this on this finger, I wear a ring, just different one, because sometimes they broke or I lost them. Since I'm 15, I think. And this one, it is with beautiful Ukrainian embroidery, and it was gifted to me for my birthday by my close friend. And so nothing special. Don't they're not changing. Nothing special. Chris is asking. Yes, Freddy, that was the one. People should learn Ukrainian. Do you agree? It's such a beautiful language. Well, it is indeed beautiful language. It's not easy. Same as Russian language is not easy. And why I am. I mean, I can say about Russian language, and for those who don't know, sometimes in my daily life I can speak Russian, and of course it's much rare than it was before. But Ukrainian language, and I'm not saying this because I'm Ukrainian and I want all of you to learn Ukrainian, even though it would be fantastic. But it's just because Ukrainian language sounds more beautiful. I mean, it's not Maria who created this or something. If you Google it, actually, I think there is statistics, or according to some scientists or whoever did this research, Ukrainian language is very melodical language, and in European languages, within the European languages, I believe it's either somewhere on the first places of being melodical and beautiful languages. Of course, I'm not arguing, I'm not saying that other languages are this or that, but you just guys Google, I might be wrong, but that's what I heard. So it would be amazing. But again, if you come to Ukraine, it will be enough because Ukrainian people are very friendly, and when we hear foreigners saying something like "Slava Ukraini" or "Добрий вечір" or "Смерть ворогам," something like that. So it is like amazing. We very appreciate the efforts, and so whenever you come to Ukraine to visit, you just learn few phrases, and you will see it will be very, very appreciated. Stay safe. Thank you. I will. All right. Thank you, Patrick. Let's go next. What Chris is asking: how do you cope without power, water, heat? This is the first question. The second question: how do you keep sense of humor? I mean, I don't know. How do I keep it? I just never lose it. So, or I don't think that I can lose it. So I'm not afraid to lose it or to keep it. It's just always there, and it's just always with me. It's just a part of my personality, I think. So it's not something that it disappears. I don't know. How do you go without power, water, heat? Well, I will be honest with you. It's not comfortable. It's not pleasant. Uh, it's just, if you see, if you want my opinion, because when people ask, like I was doing what was that? What's it called, space or whatever, and people ask me some also like questions about missile. Actually, it was the last mass missile strike, not this one but previous one. And so I mean, if you ask me this question, my answer would be probably more positive, but it's not like that. It's not like all Ukrainian people feel so. It's actually horrible not having water, not having heat or electricity. It's just, thinking, I mean, when I tell you this, and I hope you will not be able ever feel that on your own, but it's not something that how I explain this. It's not the same as if you could actually imagine. Even if you think that you could imagine, it's actually not. So what is without electricity? I mean, for me, it's just fine because I got used to most of these things, and getting used to things psychologically, it's not normal, as you know. Without water is terrible. I would say it's actual disaster. But thanks God, now we are fine with water. We had problems. I just want to say hi to Shonasi and Amale. Hello. Amale is what now? Not 12, 13 years old. Our big Ukrainian supporter, and she makes amazing bracelets and give this money for charity for Ukraine to help Ukrainian soldiers on the front lines. She did amazing bracelets, and for me as well, for my birthday, for Harry's birthday, and she sent a lot of like huge packs of bracelets for Ukrainian soldiers and for kids. So Harry from Ukraine Dubs, when he was going for deliveries, he distributed all these bracelets, and yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing that we have supporters like this. So coming back to electricity, so water is fine now, but electricity. So for example, in my apartment, I don't have heating when there is no electricity, and I live in the area that was damaged, let's say, more than others, because not far from, well, I mean, not very far, but in that district, there was a power plant that was damaged by Russians, I think a few months ago. One of the mass missiles, it was like October, I believe, or something. So my area is really bad for electricity. So when there is no electricity, there is no heating. My room is actually one of the coldest. I don't know why, like side of the building probably. And when there is no electricity, there is no heating, and Maria is getting sometimes cold. But again, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. I have very warm blankets. I have very warm sweaters. So I'm fine. Yeah, I think I answered. Oh my God, I didn't want to complain, but it sounded like I complained, More Abigail, more Ukrainian citizens for their stories. Yes, Amalei is a young miracle, and I predict she's gonna be a superstar. I mean, she is already a superstar. She's been on TV and all this, but she will be a big superstar on a much bigger scale. Do you have Instagram, John Sanders? This is something actually I would ask you guys. I don't have Instagram. I mean, I do have a fake page just to scroll and look for funny memes and some cats or something like that. But I don't have Instagram because I just saw that Instagram. I mean, I used to have it, but it's just I deleted everything and I don't post there anymore because it's just now what I do, and like my social medias, which is mostly Twitter. It is actually Twitter. The content, it's kind of, I'm thinking how to apply it to Instagram. So if you guys have any suggestions, I would really love to hear, to read. Please write in the comments somewhere, or just DM me in Twitter. I will read it because yeah, I'm thinking, and actually today I was suggested by my friend to start Instagram, but I'm just still thinking if that what content would be interested, right? Because I have a daily job, and I'm not a journalist, and I'm not a lifestyle blogger, so I will not be able to show you around Ukraine, for example, now, because I don't travel much, right, because of my work. And I would hate myself if I started posting some selfies with Paulo Coelho, cheesy quotes, like, I don't know, yeah, so, or my morning toast with avocado and cheese. Yeah, I would definitely hate myself for that. So if you have any questions, suggestions how I could do that, I would love to hear. Thank you for your question. Do you have favorite Ukrainian shops that sell internationally? I would like to buy more from Ukrainians. Thank you, James, for your question. I'm starting actually buying also more things from Ukrainian from Ukrainian shops, from Ukrainian sellers. Normally, all right. Why Instagram? I use like closed page without like anything inside it for actually to get something from Instagram. So there are a lot of different shops like clothes. There are, as you know, they're very now it's very popular. We have beautiful hoodies, sweatshirts, some like sport suits, and this kind of stuff, right? Clothes. And we have handmade things. Then I have fantastic, amazing shop for candles that I discovered recently, 1 month ago. Amazing, beautiful candles. With like different, like perfume, kind of not perfume, but different smell, like cinnamon or vanilla, or well, that's my favorite. That's why I named them. Anyway, yeah. So there are. You just need to, like, the easiest way is to go to Instagram and just go to the search by Ukrainian, for example, whatever you need, like clothes or Ukrainian something, right? And it will appear. All right, I will stick to Twitter, right? Oh yeah, this was a question. Too many scammers asking for funds. Could you give official channels, especially to the military? I think I mentioned that, right? There are state channels like National Bank of Ukraine and um, what else, like presidential initiatives, as well as small NGOs who you can donate. But of course, you need to check with them. If you don't know, ask me in Twitter, in DM. Sometimes I don't reply, but if I will try to reply to you. Of course, I don't know most, like all of them, but at least either I suggest those one which I know, or um, or yeah, or I will just say that I don't know them. We would like to hear how were orphans at Christmas. Also, how is daily life, electricity, heat I mentioned. Also, where is the best in Crimea to book hotel for the victory party? Yeah, well, actually, I was starting looking for that and for real estate in Crimea this week, and I can recall a few beautiful hotels back then. But yeah, we will research this more. Guys, I think now is the time, and I want to tell you about my trip to orphans. I will try to. Um, I will try to do it fast because it's quite well, a lot of emotions after that trip. So we went there, and again, thank you so much for all your donations. Within 4 days, I will post the video shortly, probably today. My friend has been helping to edit it, and I already prepared the report about the financial status. So I will post that today or tomorrow. Regarding the trip, I wanted to be. I wanted this trip to be perfect. I wanted to, like, just to be perfect as everything, and I was really worried before we went there. But with kids, it is always perfect. It's just you cannot not do it well. We came there, we watched fantastic performance. So this was a specialized school. So not only orphans were there, but children, just regular school, right? So it was a performance of primary school children. We watched that. We were introduced as a special guest. It was me, it was my friend, diplomat from Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and it was Harry, Estonian Harry from Ukraine Aid Ops. And I gave a speech to these little kids. I was not expected that, and I didn't know what to tell them. I mean, I was not prepared because I didn't know you should mention the war and difficult times or not. But watching their performance, I realized that they all know about the war. They all know about the difficult times that Ukraine is facing, and actually their performance was about very inspirational, very patriotic. They were singing songs, saying poems about Ukraine, about the victory, about like the strong fighters, and they were actually like boys. They were like Cossacks riding a horse back then in that times. Then we went to the separate building where orphans live. So in this place, there are 70 orphans from the 4 schools from Mykolaiv region, and as they were less than that day, because a lot of children were just ill that day, so they kept them separately. But these children gave us also a performance and sang songs, and you will see later in the video when I post. So these some of the children, they are children with special needs, and with a slight like minor mental disabilities, but they are all amazing. And the most important thing that it actually almost didn't, like, not that didn't matter. They were very happy to receive candies, like boxes of chocolates, different toys, and we brought them like a lot of things, like cars, dolls, makeups for girls, cars for boys, and different like tanks, soldiers, little soldiers, different like books, many other things. But what they were actually happy about is getting attention and getting love and kindness. And they were like surrounded me. I just sat on the floor and I was speaking to them. I was trying to give as much attention to each of them as I wanted, because they started asking questions, like each of them, they wanted just to be heard. And it's just they are treated really well, they look good. But I asked teacher which story is, for example, behind this girl. What is his story? And those stories are different, of course, but a little bit like similar, and there was one boy who was telling me that he has a dragon, and he asked me if I have a dragon. I was like, of course I have a dragon, and we should fly together. I said, like, take yours, and he was so happy about that, And there was another girl. She was actually a princess, she was just like, you look at her and you just fall in love with her. She was 9, I think. She was wearing a crown, she was wearing a princess dress for the performance, and you just can see, you just cannot not fall in love. She came to me, and then like in the middle of the conversation, like, Maria, this makeup you gave us, I want to ask you, could you please polish and do me nails, please, on this hand, because I just cannot. I was like, of course I can do it for you. There were one boy who spoke English. There were actually a few children who spoke English, because some of them were taking to the United States to visit some families, and it's actually very nice and amazing that people have opportunity to do so. So one boy, and actually Harry was speaking to the boy, and he gave him his badge in the end, and they were speaking in English, and he told us, he was 11, I believe, or 12, and he told us that his American family is expecting for him, and soon he will be taking back there, and attend school in the United States. And then I asked teacher, what is the situation? And she actually told me that the family is waiting. So according to the legislation, children cannot be neither adopted nor be taking like away for holidays or for visit, even, because I had a follower who asked also about that. There is a beautiful couple from Germany. He's from Germany, and he has a Ukrainian wife, and they would like also to take a child or a few children for summer holidays or for Christmas holidays. But I didn't know that, and now I know that during the wartime, it is prohibited either to adopt or to take orphans just outside the country. So this guy, he's been waiting for the war to finish, and then his new American family will take him to the United States, and he will go to school. And this is amazing. This is amazing, and there are so many stories like that. And actually, tomorrow, I don't know if I should say this or I will just say tomorrow. Tomorrow we also have a plan to go with boys to the children's hospital to bring some toys and chocolates. But I hope we will succeed. Everything is fine, and I will tell about this tomorrow. Okay. All right. Yeah, thank you. My face lights up. I don't know. Actually, this is a horrible face, to be honest. Not face, the light, to be honest. So I don't know if you see that it lights up or not. But yes, definitely, you cannot just not smile. But you know what is the thing? I will be honest with you. I'm kind of like sometimes emotional as well. Don't think that I just I just write shit on Twitter and that's all. Yeah. So when I was recording the video, because I wanted to record a story for the video that my friend has been helping with about orphans, and when I was recording, I wanted to record a story, so just to integrate it and to use it as my voice, and I cried like little bitch because just. I was overwhelmed with these emotions, and then sometimes it's just when you started thinking that your childhood was like more lucky than these kids, or you just started overthinking because oh my God, what you do, okay, you just change position, amazing. Such a life. Oh yeah, so I could not record that because I just like I was talking. It's like, now guys, you're so amazing and you give me this energy, and it's just I feel that I don't know, I just in amazing mood, and it's all because of you. I know that. Yeah, so when you go there and you see these smiles, these little angels dancing on the scene, or this like children singing you "Oi Lucy Chervona Kalina," this is like the very famous song during the war, right? And when they anyway, I can talk a lot, and yeah, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. If I actually had time, more time, I think I would be doing some. I would be having some humanitarian organization. I would open some charity fund for. Well, okay, I would open many charity funds, and I would run all of them for children, for orphans, for building schools, for helping veterans, for helping for humanitarian purposes, for energy. Okay, I will stop now, and I will go back to the point. Yeah, the video from the toy show. I really enjoyed buying all those Legos and toys. And I think Mary Beth mentioned that, like, Maria, just tell us the truth. You were enjoying it, and you would be happy to get even it for yourselves or kids. I was like, actually, Lego, because like, why would I go to Lego or department, right? But it was so amazing. Oh my god, they have actually things for adults. It was this Star Wars theme, and like, oh my god, just for the next Christmas or the next birthday, I want this one. Anyway, uh, can you provide a link to order Ukrainian T-shirts? I don't have specific links. Yes, and Javelin is a website, but if you, and they are doing great, amazing work, of course, for charity purposes as well. But if you're talking about Instagram or I'm telling you, just Google it, and there are a lot of Ukrainian shops, and like good ones, good quality, beautiful design, and yeah, you will find. Yes, I was speaking about R2D2. He was like, oh my god. I was like, is it really for children? I mean, I would definitely have one. I've seen video of Russians rebuilding in Mariupol, and these buildings just feel tamed to me. How do you feel about this? Will they be torn down after Ukrainian victory, or just say, oh well, it was their job to rebuild what they destroyed anyway? When Russians leave, there will be no. When Ukraine wins the war, there will be no single fucking sign of Russians to be here on Ukrainian land. Whatever they build or whatever they reconstructed, it will be demolished, and not single piece of their spirit will be on Ukrainian land anymore. I think I replied to the question. Wait, can I say bad words in YouTube? It's my first, guys. Do you know that it's my first actually live stream ever in my life? So I don't know if I can ban by saying something bad words. Hi Maria, could you please share what you think and why about following people? Zelensky, Poroshenko, Arestovich. Go ahead, swear. All right. Well. I am actually pretty me, I realized that the easiest and the most comfortable way is just being you. And some people like it, some people don't. And I'm not saying that, I'm like, I am, let's say, at some point sensible to critics. Just I cannot like it or something. Yeah, it depends from who it goes, right? Of course, I listen what my friends think and what my close people think, and they give me advice. But anyway, the easiest way and the most comfortable way, it's just, yes, you agree with me, I know. It's just to be yourself. So about these three, I would probably start with Poroshenko. He did, during his presidency, presidential candidacy, he did good things. He was was a good businessman. He built his big empires, and they were very successful. He was a good diplomat and politician in terms of when the war started in 2014. Poroshenko, because of him and because of his efforts, Ukraine got a voice on the international political arena. And he was advocating, well, you know that he speaks very good English, and that also helped a lot to communicate with foreign partners, right? So yeah, he did that very good. World found out about Ukraine, world found out about the war, about all the horrible things that Russia has been doing since like 2014, right? So and Maidan and all this. So yes, another thing that Ukrainian people are great, like regular Ukrainian people are grateful for is Poroshenko, because like thanks to his work, of course, it had started before, but he finalized it and he finished it. What do you want to go? You just want me to give you some love and attention, all right? Um, because of his work, we Ukrainians have now free visa entrance to Europe, and it was very important, to be honest. So it was kind of a big move. Yeah. A lot of corruption scandals and a lot of corruption stories are associated with Poroshenko, as well as with people who were in power when he was president. So I would not go deep, probably, but this is my answer about Poroshenko. About Arestovich, he has his image, and when the war started, he was a spokesperson. I think from the office of president, and he is now not official advisor to the president's office or the head of president's office. I don't remember, but anyway. You don't need to believe everything that Arestovich posts or says. In the beginning of the war, he had this image as a like chilling pills because he has a very nice voice and very nice like calming down voice, and he makes it specifically for these purposes. And yeah, he was like making people calm down. He was telling these stories, so it's kind of like helped probably women to feel better situation. Like I don't know, to be honest, but he is a blogger. He has a military experience, but he runs also his channel and some I think online like school for psychology or something like that. So yeah, I would not listen to everything he says. And about President Zelensky, of course, he is. I don't think that if it was anyone but him now as a president, we would be in the situation that on the victory path. Before I was voting for Zelensky when it was presidential elections. Yes, before the war, actually, we didn't see anything like big reforms, or we didn't see any big moves, right? So it was fine, but not kind of anything significant. But of course, when war started, and taking into account his background, right? So of being an actor and giving speeches, it means that he knows how to present and brings the right message to people, not only to Ukrainian people, but of course to people now abroad, to our foreign partners, that because of them and thanks to them, we are now in the position that we are now, right? So yeah, he has a strong voice, which is amazing, and I mean, I think he's a great leader. What is here? Andre. No, you're not too late, but I'm going to finish soon anyway. Um, Admire your courage. Thank you so much. I mean, honestly, it just feels so natural that, I mean, thank you for your kind words, but it's just what we have to do. And yeah, that what will lead us to the victory. What else? What else? Fast. What are the realistic chances of Putin realizing he's committed a huge mistake by invading Ukraine and withdrawing his troops early next year? Or will he simply double down and commit more troops to a hopeless cause? Putin knows that he already lost this war, that he failed. But of course, he wants to keep his face and he wants to keep himself alive, first of all. And that's why he will continue doing what he does now, sending more troops, doing another mobilization that is going to be in the beginning of the year. And yeah, he knows that it was a huge mistake, but he cannot stop now, and he needs to keep doing what he does on his perspective, right? Hi Maria, what is the availability of alternative fuels for heating during blackouts? Propane or kerosene, paraffin, and have the prices of these gone up? Well, to be honest, I don't know about because I didn't need. That's why I didn't look for them. But I think I saw somewhere a few pictures or videos about people using kerosene lamps, as it was like a long time, many years ago. So yes, I believe they use that. Prices for this, of course, they went up. Even for like the small, I was buying small torches, and the price are crazy high now. And of course for generators, because I still now I've been looking for generators for the orphans, right? So and in Ukraine it's difficult to get. Well, I have like they need the big ones, and in Ukraine it's difficult to get. So that's why I'm looking now to get them overseas, from overseas, and to just ship to Ukraine. And but yes, the prices went up. Yeah. Please tell us what you really think of Orban. I think I have 10 questions on that. Who else asked? Who else? Yeah, I think. Could you talk? Yeah, 1 second. I didn't forget. Could you talk about how the draft is currently functioning in Ukraine? Specifically, could you address this nauseating lie about the Hungarian minority in Zakarpattia being used as a cannon fodder? I'm starting to hear this regularly in Hungary, even from liberals. This is total bullshit. Yeah, the draft in Ukraine is currently going because the mobilization is like still on according to the plan for mobilization, right? And there might be some soldiers in the Zakarpattia, so it's like western part of Ukraine, closer to Hungary, right? that just were trained or just get mobilized and been sent after to the front lines. But it's just according to this how it's called in military, to this mobilization plan. And it's not that they specifically pick the Hungarian minority and send them to the front lines. Absolutely not. I mean, people are getting to the front lines in from different areas. It could be Lviv, it could be Zaporizhia, it could be where in Carpathian Mountains. It is total bullshit and nonsense, and I think it started from. I mean, what do you think? I mean, it's just ridiculous. A person who is the head of the country started rumors, what, in 2013 or when it was, about Soros. So, what do I actually think about Orban? Orban is a turd. That's what I think about Orban. Yeah. All right. Let me guys, I will read your message. Answer to that. Guys, thank you so much. I have limited time, and if I haven't replied to something, please let me know. I will reply it in comments, okay? And thank you for staying with me. I really need to go now. And thank you for watching us. And Raising also needs to eat probably something. And thank you for your support again, for all your, just your support inspires me to keep going. And I'm in amazing mood this evening, just because of you. So thank you so much, and have a great New Year celebration. And I hope to see you, to meet you again live after New Year, okay? Слава Україні! Героям слава! Смерть ворогам!